Good morning, Infinity. Good morning. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Good morning at home. This is Jeff Obafemi Carr. I want to welcome you to Sunday's Infinity Fellowship. This is the fourth Sunday in the month, which means that it is Yoga Sunday at Infinity. So if you tune in and you say, I thought this was regular Sunday, well, it's all right. You got enough time to change into your yoga clothes and to get your mat laid out on the floor or your towel, wherever you feel comfortable. But this is the Sunday where we align our mind, body, and spirit. And we are excited to welcome you to Nashville's independent, interfaith, interspiritual community, and to the Sunday where we put it all together, mind, body, and spirit. So as we open the way to spirit today, we invite you wherever you are to just simply close your eyes in this moment and take a deep, full breath, exhaling and letting it go. Taking another deep breath just like that. Exhaling and releasing. Continuing to breathe just like this, inhaling the good, inhaling the recognition that we are here and we are present in the right now. And then on the exhale, releasing the things that no longer serve you. Recognizing that yesterday is gone and all we have is right now, with the potential of making a down payment on an awesome future. And as we are in this state of quietude and stillness, I invite all eyes to continue to be closed, all heads to be bowed, and all hearts to be open in this moment, as we focus on the God of your own acceptance and understanding. Does that have a name? Does that have a space? Does it have a fake tradition? What matters is that you are connected right now, and we are all connected corporately. O divine spirit, creator, loving divine source of all creation, we acknowledge you in this moment. We acknowledge awareness of your presence here. You are continually present with us. You are always here and never absent. You are always accessible inside our very own hearts. And we give thanks today for today's gathering at the Infinity Fellowship. We give thank you for the great works that we are putting out into the world. We give thanks for those who have come today to be a part of the Yoga Sunday celebration. We give thanks to those who are at home, wherever they are across the globe, who say on this fourth Sunday that they're going to kick it off by taking care of their alignment. We know that challenges come in society and the world, but we are absolutely made to be the change. We are made to be the factor. We are made to be the catalyst that changes this world for the better. And we are so grateful across faith lines, across traditions, across those things that separate us, that we are gathered here today to celebrate and to give thanks from a space of gratitude. We are so grateful to share our swag. We are shining with abundant gratitude today. And so we speak that something is said or shared in today's service. Something is breathed out on the mat. Something is stretched out in the muscles and the fibers that will remind us that we are constantly and ever constantly connected to you and loved by you. For these and other blessings and other things we cannot remember and recall, we give thanks anyway and say we are grateful. And so it is. Amen. Amen. Hotep. Shalom. Namaste. Ashe. Deep breath in. Exhale, let it all go. Come back to the consciousness. It's time for us to now pour libations to open the rest of infinity today. As we pour this water today, we recognize that we are grateful for those who came before. So I invite you to think about those who have transitioned in your family, those who transitioned in your friend circle, into the space of life after life, and we recognize and remember them today. And so in this moment, as we pour libations, we pour with water, which represents the living, into the earth that represents what happens to these physical bodies. And in that remembrance, We recognize that energy is not created or destroyed, it only changes form. So we recognize those folks today. If you want to type them into the chat box, please do. If you want to say them aloud when we go to the altar to pour, please do. But in this recognition, we want to call out a special name today as we begin our ceremony to the energies of the great Pharoah Sanders, who was one of the greatest saxophonists alive, jazz musicians who helped pioneer what they call spiritual jazz. If you ever want to see spiritual jazz, you can look up the album Karma. Who was in the 50s and 60s making albums about karma and meditation and Tawhid, the concept of God is one. A 32-minute track on the album Karma by Pharoah Sanders. If you want some movement there, it's called The Creator Has a Master Plan. And so you see this energy of yoga and meditation coming out in jazz music. One of the pioneers, Brother Pharoah Sanders, transitioned at 81. We say to you, Ashe, Ashe. So as we get our people in place and our minds and our spirits, we pour our water at our altar today, representing the four elements of fire, water, air, and earth. And we invite you to utilize an affirmation, the Yoruba word, Ashe. Everybody say Ashe. Ashe means, and so it is. It is a proclamation of power. It is a divine essence. It is spirit, it is even breath. And so we invite you to pour with us as we say, cool water, freshen our spirits, Ashe. Freshen and consecrate this house of spirituality, Ashe. Freshen our collective ancestors, Ashe. We give praise to Almighty Mother, Father God, Divine Source, and all creation, Ashe. Grant to us peace and prosperity, Ashe. We pour to the energies of the north, where we find our direction, Ashe. To the energies of the south, where we remember who we are and our origins across all humanity, Ashe. To the energy of the east and the rising sun, recognizing that we have another chance to do it today. Yesterday ain't here no more, Ashe. To the energies of the west, that when the sun goes down, the lunar cycle of the divine feminine comes and lights the way in the darkness, Ashe. To the ground below us, where we put our roots down and remember to stay strong. And even when the storm comes, it's better to bend than it is to break, Ashe. To the sky above us, where our dreams exist when our minds are wandering. When we bring those dreams into the manifest reality, to that blank landscape, that limitless and abundant creation above us, Ashe. And to the space that we focus on today, that seventh direction in the Lakota tradition, that seventh direction being the heart, that space where everything comes together, where we manifest our dreams and hold the things that we hold dear so securely, Ashe. So we ask that you call the name aloud the names of those you want to recognize and remember at this time as we pour the rest of the water. It is done. All right. Good morning, Infinity. All right, let's do that again. Good morning, Infinity. We see you at home. Today's meditation, which we're going to pull up for you, that we want you to think about as you are moving through your yoga practice, is a great meditation. It comes from a proverb from the Apache people, and it is on your screen, coming on your screen right now, from the proverbial wisdom of the Apache people, who tell us it makes no difference as to the name of the God, since love is the real God of all the world. makes no difference as to the name of the God, since love is the real God of all the world. Deep breath here and exhale. So it is spoken, so it is received, and so it is. As we welcome you into the space today and invite you to begin to gather yourself for what we call Yoga Sunday, we invite you to remind yourself of what we're here for. And this is a spiritual fellowship. We operate at Infinity by 4 principles. We call it SNAP. And everybody starts to snap when we hear snap, because snap is the spiritual practice that brings us together, our 4 core principles, and they are on your screen now. The S is for spirituality, that transcends religion and connects you to the God of your own understanding. The N is for nurturing of ourselves and others, mind, body, and spirit. The A is for action, because we take action on our callings and walk in our divine purpose every day. And finally, the P is for the proof that our spiritual practices manifest fruit in our lives through the building and maintaining of healthy and prosperous families, relationships, careers, and dreams. We are grateful you are here as living, unique manifestations of our Creator, the loving, living spirit of our commonality, the divine source of all creation, perceived by many names and yet known by only one energy. This is the foundational practice of interspirituality, where all are affirmed in love energy. And I invite you all at home and in the space to join me in reciting our statement of infinitude. We agree that we are beings of pure, eternal spirit, birthed from the creative potential of the universe, with all the powers of the Creator inherent within us. We embrace the innate goodness of humankind and an abundant creation that provides for us through the seeds that we plant in our everyday lives. We acknowledge that who we are is housed in a temporary biological organism, and as such, it is our responsibility to take care of it, because it will only last for a precious window of time. As we nurture ourselves spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically, we commit to provide like acts of nurturing for our fellow brothers and sisters of the world we live in, embracing all regardless of religious faith, skin color, ethnicity, gender, sexual orientation, or socioeconomic background. All are truly welcome at Infinity. We agree and accept that various religions exist as a unique opportunity for humanity to get to know one another through meaningful conversations that seek to explore the core concepts we share in common. It is the application of ancient wisdom, scientific discovery, and spiritual practices, both physical and metaphysical, that will lead us closer together as a human family. We commit to exist now and ever as a beloved community. Let it be so according to the many words of affirmation that come from times ancient and modern. Amen, Amen, Hotep, Shalom, Namaste, Ashe. All right. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. As we say good morning to you, I want you to generate gratitude with me today by typing one thing in the box that you're grateful for. And as we feel and hear our energy and our music in, we will sing good morning to you and just let that go for just a few bars so that we can understand what's happening in the world that you're grateful for. This is the chance that you get to put that in the box before you can no longer use your thumbs, because we're going to be doing yoga. So good morning to you. Something that you're grateful. Type it in. A good morning to you. Let me hear ya. A good morning to you. A good morning to you. Good morning to you. And we say, da 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 da. Da 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 da. A good morning to you. As we're in the chat stream, I see that we got a couple of folks showing up. We got the Lindsay family coming in, saying good morning from Macon, Georgia. Looking forward to seeing y'all in person one day. We've got Leanne coming in from Belgium, I believe, today. So it's evening time over there, so we want to say good morning to you. Grateful from the Lindsays for community and being in a space to receive as joyfully as I give. I love that the energy is in the house. That's what we're saying today. This is a good time for you to tag your friends, tag your people, let them know this is what I do on Fourth Sunday. I look out for myself. I get up in the morning, I go to Infinity Fellowship, I get boosted for the week and the weekend. And on Fourth Sunday, I do yoga, which aligns my mind, my body, and my spirit. And that's what it's about today. So you can hit the like button if you are on YouTube or if you are on one of our other platforms, including Twitter now. You can also hit the share button, you can hit the retweet button, and you can hit the subscribe button, so that way you know what's going on with Infinity Fellowship. And we're just happy to have you in the space today. Sister Felina is grateful for today's practice because we're getting ready to stretch it on out. Oh yeah, we've had a week and we are in that space. Good to see y'all checking in today. Good to have y'all in the space today with us. I want to say that it's time for us to welcome our first-time visitors. And the beautiful thing about welcoming our visitors is we have a chance to see you from wherever you are in the world. And we love it. We absolutely love that you have chosen to be in this vibration today. And we speak into your life that you are seen, that you are recognized, that someone shines around you, and that you give yourself permission to shine around somebody else. If you're a first timer, go ahead and type first time in the box. This may be your first time trying Yoga Sunday. So we invite you to try that as well with us. I want to say that my name is Jeff Obafemi Carr. They call me Rev Jeff here at Infinity Fellowship. And I want to welcome you to one of the fastest growing interspiritual communities in the world. I want to welcome you again to Fourth Sunday Yoga. It is a wonderful time to be here. We want to remind you that you are not just a human being who showed up today to have a spiritual experience. It's the other way around. You're a spirit navigating the human experience just like the rest of us. And so we invite you to be a part of Infinity. If you'd love to join us, we're going to put up a welcome slide. And if you just take a picture of that QR code, you can have a wonderful opportunity that's there on the screen. We'll send you a gift, and we will make sure that you get what you need to get from us, a love note. We're going to send you some good energy into the space. So go ahead and take a picture of the QR code that's there on the screen, and we will get you covered. We will get you straight. We will let you know that you are appreciated, and we will send you information about the Infinity Fellowship. So we want you to absorb this visitor's welcome that we say to our first timers, whether they're here in the space or whether they're at home. So turn to somebody. If you got your family around, turn to them. If it's just you and me, that's good, because I'm going to send you all of this love energy through the screen as well. Take a deep breath. Exhale, let it go. Hold your hands up, and you can say this or you can receive it. This is how we do it at Infinity Fellowship. I see you, but you don't hear me though. I really see the real you. I see who you are. You are a divine manifestation of God's creation. I see what you are. You are a spirit. You're more than what's on the outside. You are a gift to me and to the entire world. I see where you are. You're right here in front of me, where I can let you know, if nobody else will, that you are not alone. I'm with you, we're with you, and you are at home. I see when you are. You're in the right now, baby. You're so much more than your yesterday. I see why you are. You're here to learn, to grow, to embrace your dreams, and to celebrate your divine destiny. I know all this because I'm here to do the same thing. So we're going to help each other out. All right? I know the real you. And I see you shining today. I feel you shining today. I know you're shining today. So welcome to infinity. Welcome home. Ashe, oh, let yourself dance it out a little bit. Let yourself groove it out a little bit. Let yourself dance it out. Let it groove it out. Dance it out, groove it out. Hey, dance it out, groove it out. Dance it out, groove it out. Feel it, shake the mat out. Get ready. Almost time to start giving, time to start living, time to start giving and living and grooving and moving and grooving and moving and grooving and grooving and moving. Yeah. Yeah, we grooving and moving. Yeah. All right. So let's get that ready, that energy in the house today. We're time for our sacred giving. Once we do our giving, we are going over into the yoga part. And that's going to be an exciting thing to do. So I invite you to prepare your devices for our giving. As it's time for us to do that. We do it on a weekly basis and some on a bi-weekly basis. We have a number of ways to give. You can give via Cash App. You can give via PayPal. You can give via mail in present. You can give in the box. However it is, but it's a wonderful moment for giving. It's a part of our celebration service every single Sunday. And as we come up on the cusp of 8 years of existence at infinity, 8 years, we're about to be 8 years old, y'all. We're going to second grade, third grade. What grade are we going to? Eighth grade? Something like that. Yeah, we're new begin. We're starting again. We're getting it all over. We're putting it into the spaces. So as we are in this space, it's a wonderful space of giving. So we give from a space of prosperity, understanding what prosperity is. Prosperity and pimping are two different things. Prosperity is a vitally alive body. Prosperity is relationships that work all the time. Prosperity is a job that you love so much that it's not a job, it's play. And it's having the resources you need to be a change in the world. That's how we define it. So that's how we want you to operate. So operating in that space begins with how you give, and you tie a lot of things together. As a minister, I sit down with people, and Sister Kanitha and I'll sit down and we say, well, all of these things seem to be crashing. Well, how's your giving? Are you giving back in some kind of way? Well, you know, I always say one day when I make it, I'm gonna give. Okay, well, there it is. I'm so glad the universe, I'm so glad God don't treat me like that, you know. One day when you prove yourself, then I'm going to bless you. No, that's not how it works. I'm breathing every single day. So that's the blessing. And we're able to move around in the body and jump around. So as we get ready for our offering, we're going to say our offering affirmation, and then we're going to give. So as you prepare your devices, let us go to our offertory affirmation, and let us say it together with intention. O limitless, abundant Creator, source of everything I possess, you have given me the gifts of life, breath, and creativity. You continue to provide for me without judgment or preference, and so I freely return these gifts to you with my whole heart, mind, and intention, knowing that as I give freely with both remembrance and gratitude, the circle of abundance will be unbroken, and so it is. All right. So everything is good, y'all. We're going to put the slide up. We're going to take a minute to give, and we're going to participate. There it is. Everything is good. Let's hear it. Everything is good, and I got it. I got it. Oh, I got it good. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. And I got it. I got it. Oh, I got it good. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. And I got it. I got it. Oh, I got it good. Yeah. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. And I got it. I got it. Oh, I got it good. Sing it when you give. That's it. Everything is good. Everything is good. Sunshine on me this morning. Made it here in my right mind. I got it. Come on, say it. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. And I got it. I got it. Oh, I've got it good. I've got it good. I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I got it good. I got the singers in the place today. Yeah. I got it. Oh, I've got it good. Yes, I got the beautiful voices coming in today. Oh, what a blessing, y'all. So, hey, we're here. We're ready for our yoga practice today for Yoga Sunday. Y'all can put the devices to the side. If you missed the giving, give at the end. Just go back on and do that. Take care of that for today. We will today move through our yoga practice. And it is for all levels. I will give some modifications if you need them because we want everybody to know the yoga is accessible. It is not just a physical tool, it is a powerful spiritual tool, and it helps us to align ourselves, mind, body, and spirit. So congratulate yourself for just showing up today. If you decide that you're going to be a yes for showing up, you have done it. That is it. That's what yoga is. It's showing up and being a yes today. And that's where we are. So we're going to do that practice. And then we're going to speak some affirmations over you when you're in Shavasana, which is the last pose, corpse pose. Some people say that's my favorite pose. But I don't know. Some people say that's their favorite pose. As my wife says, it's her favorite pose. That's what Kanita says, it's her favorite. But you work to get to Shavasana. Just like in the day, you work to get to the end of the day when you can rest. We can do it right now. We can do Shavasana right now, but we might get you a few of those in between in the practice, and you know how that goes. And then we'll close out with goodness with a couple of announcements, and we're excited about things that are coming up. So we're going to invite everybody to get into the space where you are preparing your mind for Yoga Sunday. So take a deep breath in. Exhale, let it all go. And here in this space, I am going to pass around a little bit of heart chakra oil, which when you breathe it in, just breathe in the color green. And if you are at home, you can do the same thing simply by rubbing your palms together. Pull that down just a little bit for me, Daniel. Keep it under for a while. Smells good, huh? Okay, so rub your hands together, place them over your heart, and just breathe in the energy of life and love. Close your eyes and just allow yourself to start absorbing the color green, a radiant, beautiful green color. Something that heals you. I want you to see that energy coming in through your nose and just lighting up your entire body. with a radiant color of green. And from that radiant space, recognize that all is well, that you're exactly where you need to be, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. That this is a space of centering today. That everything that we do today is about alignment, it is about affirmation, and you are affirming that all is good in your life, all is good in your world. It is this stillness here, this still recognition, this hearing of the divine voice within that gave you your rising today. It gives you your superpower right now to connect. And this space is always present, even in the midst of turmoil, even in the midst of chaos. It's always accessible to you. It's always available for you. A few more deep breaths here. And then we'll begin to warm up the energy space for yoga today. As we have accepted this energy now into our bodies, into our spirits, to our minds, go ahead and place your hands at prayer at your chest in an upright seated position. Press those fingertips together, press those knuckles together, press the palms of your hands together. And as you are pressing that energy together, as you are squeezing it together, touch those thumbs lightly on your middle of your chest there, at the center of your chest. And set your intention for today, whatever it may be. Could be to make it through the practice. It could be to get stronger. It could be to tap into a message that is coming from you, coming from spirit directly to you. Set that awesome intention. One deep inhale in. Exhale, release it all. Slowly blink the eyes open. And then come to the center of your mat on all fours, tabletop position. Come to all fours. Be easy on yourself, be gentle with yourself, and recognize that yoga is not about pain. If you're in a space where your body is saying, feel the burn, back off. Back off a little bit. Just back off a little bit. We don't want you to overdo it. We want you to now embrace squaring up that body and doing so in a way that will give you core stability and will give you balance. When we practice yoga, we're always seeking the space of balance. So for balance on all fours, it's not just about getting on all fours, but it's about squaring up on all fours. So the principles that I give you for alignment right now are principles that will go throughout the entire practice and everything you do. Check in at your hips and check your knees. Make sure that your knees are aligned with your hips. So they should be about the exact same distance apart so that your kneecaps are directly up under your hip bones. Great, straight line. Now check with your hands, your wrists. Your wrists should not be forward of your shoulders, nor should they be behind your shoulders. They should be directly under your shoulders. And you'll find when you place your wrists directly under your shoulders, all of a sudden it's a little bit easier. So spread your fingertips out on the mat, open your fingertips apart, and press the insides of your palms down into the mat. Make your fingers active. Press your knuckles into the mat. Spread those fingers and drive them down. Excellent. That is an active tabletop position. Take a deep breath from there. Lift the crown of your head to look toward the sky on an inhale. Drop your belly button toward the mat. Good. Curve your back. Exactly. Good. Now take an exhale. Drop your head toward the mat. Drop your head, lower your head toward the mat and round your back. Good. Feel that stretch just like a cat. That's why they call that position brrr, cat. Good. Inhale, opposite position. Lower that belly, lower that navel, arc those shoulders back, look up toward the ceiling. That's the cow position. When you see cows in the pasture, that's how cows look. So cat, cow on an inhale. Exhale, blow it all out, round the back. Tuck that tummy, lift that navel in toward the spine. Good. On an inhale, opposite direction. Now on your own, moving only as slowly or as quickly as your breath allows you to, go ahead and get some cat cows in. So on an inhale, inhale up into cow. On an exhale, round that back, tuck that stomach in. You'll find that it's easy because you'll remember that when you inhale, your belly expands. So you want to open that belly to the ground. On an exhale, that belly contracts. So you want to lift that navel in toward the spine and flatten that little balloon called the diaphragm. Good. Keep it going just like this. Inhaling and exhaling. Warming up that lower spine. Trusting your breath. Your breath knows what to do in your body. We try to control it sometimes, but our breath knows what to do. So when you begin to get full, at the biggest point of contraction, when you're completely full, that's when you've realized the pose. When you begin the exhale, you continue to exhale, 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 exhale until you're fully contracted and you're fully empty of breath. Good. 3 more rounds just like this on your own. Really warming up and loosening that lower spine and prepping us. Bodies, mind, body, and spirit. On that last breath, come back to neutral, which is a flat back, not an arced back, not an arched back, but a flat back. Good. Take a deep breath in. Reach forward on the mat, move your knees toward the outer edges of the mat, and then bring your big toes together and point your toes toward the back of the room. Excellent. And then sit back on an exhale on your heels as much as you can. Sit back towards your heels, reaching forward, but sitting back. Good. That is child's pose. At any point during yoga today where you feel you need a break, you can always rest in child's pose. It is a rest position, but it is an empowered rest position. So child's pose is the reset. Breathe it in deeply. Feel the energy coming up from the earth through your fingertips, into your forearms, in through your neck, down through your shoulder blades, into the space between your arms, all the way down into your hips. That's how deep that breath is. That's how amazing that breath is. Filling up that entire body, igniting it with divine energy. The yoga poses, the stillness, give us an opportunity to infuse our bodies and our muscles with this divine energy. Oh, how awesome is that? Take a deep breath in. Really plant those hands into the mat in front of you. Lift your head to look between those hands. Then tuck your toes. Lift your feet up and tuck your toes. Move them toward the outer edges of the mat. And then lift your hips into the sky. Press back. Straighten your arms. Straighten your legs. And you are into downward facing dog. Good. Take some deep breaths in downward facing dog, and we're going to help with establishing this downward facing dog so that it is a rest position. If it's in push-up position, it will feel like it's out of rest position. But once we make our corrections, it's going to feel like a rest position. Give yourself some grace. If we need to drop to the knees or child's pose when we're working on this, do it. Take a deep breath. Tell yourself, yes, I'm here, and then go back up. It's all simple. It's all you, and you do what you do. So lift yourself up on your tippy toes. Good. Now drop your chest towards your knees more. Bend your knees. Good. Now arch your back up so that your butt is up in the air a little bit more. Good. Keep those knees bent. Bend those knees. Good. And then arch your back up. There you go. Good, good, good. Now bring your head towards your knees and then straighten them. Yes, there you go. It's going to take a second to get it. Now straighten your knees, straighten your legs. Good. Now lower back down on your heels and really press back. And we're going to work on getting that pyramid look. Good. Just 2 more breaths in here, and that's going to be downward facing dog, and we'll come back around to it, so we're all right. So from downward facing dog, look between your hands. Step, walk, or jump your feet forward on the mat. Good. And that is going to be our forward fold position. Excellent. And forward fold is just what it is. It's forward folding. So if you need to, or if you'd like to, whatever your preference is, you can get a block. You can get a couple of blocks. You can get some books if you're at home. I like to use 2 blocks from time to time because it helps me. Yeah, and you can stack them on top however it is. Now, variations that you got for forward fold, really simple. You can hold it on either side. That's forward fold. You can bend your knees. You're bending your knees, and that's forward fold. Whatever's comfortable for you. Again, yoga is not about trying to outdo anything other than your own potential and where you are right now. So that forward fold is there. You may bend those knees if you need to. Drop that head and relax it. Good. And then just move around a little bit from side to side. Lift a heel up here and there. Get yourself in a position where you can just loosen up the back of your legs. Start to feel that energy. We're going to release a lot of tension. And that tension is going to come out in the body today. So you're doing a great job. You're doing a great job. Come back to the still space of forward fold. Come on my mat over here too. Good. Inhale, come all the way up. Reach for the sky. Place hands at center for prayer. And then exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Good. We're going to hold those hands at heart center for a moment there, and it's going to be great. And again, everything is always active. So sometimes we get to a rest position and we just kind of want to just go, no, make it active. And we make it active by pressing those palms together, pressing those knuckles together, full fingertips together, those thumbs together, resting that thumb on that breastbone right there in the center, and then rolling our shoulders up toward our ears, then back toward the back of the room, and then down toward the floor. Keeping those hands together. Great. Now, pressing those feet into the mat. Pressing them in. Good, good, good. Now, feeling the energy, because we want to activate the whole part of the lower body. Once those feet are placed firmly on the mat, we're just going to feel like we turn everything in. Our shins, our thighs, everything is turning in. We're going to lift our navel up and in toward our spine without causing any tension in the shoulders. And now we have active posture. That's perfect posture. That's looking awesome. We're going to give ourselves 3 ohms in this position. Om. All right. Inhale and go. Inhale. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Good. Take an inhale and an exhale here. On the exhale, lower the hands to the sides. Keep those fingertips active. This is mountain pose, also known as Tadasana. We will come back around to this at the end because this is the exact pose that you take in Shavasana when you're lying on the floor. It's the same active pose. It's just that now we're standing up and we're feeling the energy in where we're standing. And that energy is igniting us. It's a root pose in terms of the chakras because it grounds us. And that's why they call it mountain pose. You have mountains and you have trees, two things that stabilize the soil. In this case, you are in the mountain pose. At any given point where you need to remind yourself of who you are during the week, you can go somewhere and just stand in mountain. Say, I need to be ready for this. And then you walk into your meeting and you just slay it because you walked in perfect posture after you reset yourself. Breathing in and out through your nose, slowly. Good, we're gonna do sun salutations. It's saluting the sun. We're gonna do many of the poses that I've already called out and many of us know, but we're also gonna make those adjustments along the way. So from this pose, take an inhale and a big exhale. Inhale, reach toward the sky. Exhale, beginning to bend at the waist, we do a forward fold. Back to where that forward fold was. Box if we need to, might grab those. Inhale, come up halfway. Halfway lift, flatten those blacks. We can do hands on the knees, hands on the knees, hands on the knees. We can do hands on the thighs, on the shins, on the floor, on wherever they might need to be for halfway. I've been laughing during yoga, man. I gotta make sure y'all are breathing right. All right, inhale. Exhale, drop it. Low plank or push-up position. I see that I'm not gonna do too much because my mic goes in and out. Good. And then when we get to this position, I want everybody to go ahead and lower themselves to the floor. Good. Just so that you can feel what this is like. If we need to, when we go to this vinyasa or chaturanga, if I call out vinyasa or chaturanga, it is the position of lowering yourself to the floor or to a low plank or high plank position for a push-up. That is what the chaturanga is. It is what vinyasa is. Vinyasa means flow. It is the process of putting these three moves together. So we lower to the floor. We're going to make sure that we have that same alignment. I love it. I love seeing the alignment. It's already in the room where those hands are where? Directly under those shoulders. That's going to give you the stability. So when you lower down to the floor there, and Daniel's going to keep an eye on to make sure my mic is still consistent. So you're going to lower to the floor there. Once you lower, your toes are going to be tucked. So everybody go ahead and tuck your toes. That's how it's going to be. But then what you're going to do is you're going to move a couple of inches forward and you're going to point your toes toward the back of the room and rest on the top of your feet. Good. And then you're going to press up. Keep your pelvis toward the ground, but press the upper part of your body up. Just the upper part of your body. And that's going to be upward facing dog. So press up there. Good. And point to the back. Good. That is upward facing dog. That was upward facing dog. And you're going to lift the crown of your head. Now, if you're an advanced yogi, you know you can contract your thighs and lift your knees off the ground if you need to. You can do that. If you're not an advanced yogi, that's great. You can keep those thighs pointed or laying on the ground, but you're going to press up in the upward facing dog, and then having a deep breath, we're going to tuck those toes and press back into downward facing dog. Good. Let's press on back into downward facing dog. Good. And once we press back into downward facing dog, take a deep breath there. Exhale, blow it out. And then you can step, jump, or float between your hands. Come to the front of the mat. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale to the forward fold. Good. That is a sun salutation. Now let's put it all together and let's do it slow. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, take it to plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. There we go. And exhale, downward facing dog. Great. And if we need to drop to our knees, we can drop to our knees. We're just going to take 2-3 breaths right here. Good. Giving us that core stability. And we make ourselves even stronger. We do little tricks like rotating our biceps instead of, there we go, keeping it all planted. We work on all of those, but those things give us that secret. Good. So we're going to go right through these sun salutations and keep moving. Remember, you control the breath. Vinyasa flow is inhale and exhale it. Your breath will trick you at some point to say, well, you can't. I got to pant. I said, no, if you have to blow it out of your mouth, blow it out of your mouth. But we're going to make sure that we call these breaths so that your body expands and contracts along with your breath. All right? From downward facing dog, let's go to it. Inhale. Exhale, blow it all out. Come to the front of your mat. Step between your hands. Inhale. Halfway lift. Now we're doing it. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low plank. Take it to the floor. Ease on down however you need to. Good. Inhale, upward facing dog. Come forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. One breath in. Exhale, blow it out. Come between, step between your hands. Come to the front of the mat. And there's the cycle again. We got it. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Reach to the sky, inhaling, all the way full. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Big inhale. Exhale, blow it all out. Step, float, or jump to the front of your mat. Now we got it. Inhale, halfway lift. Looking good. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Nice little breath there. Exhale, forward fold. Last time. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 deep breaths here. Drop to your knees and go to child's pose. We're going to rest in child's pose for just a few good deep breaths. Because now we're starting to warm this body up. We're getting this body ready to go. We're opening the path for breathing, and that is the energy of the root chakra. When that sound is there, I love it, root energy, because that root energy manifests in that Sanskrit pronunciation of that CH sound, that chakra. We are chakra. We are getting the energy here. Drawing the energy up from the earth. Feeling it in every part of our body. It's wonderful that we have this opportunity to draw energy from the earth, and we're grateful. We also have this wonderful space of child's pose, which is also a space of humility. It is recognizing the divine in you. It is embracing the divine in you. All right, today we're going to flow through this practice to demonstrate that you can get it done quickly, that you can do it every single day. Do it twice a week if you like, 3 times a week. Not just once a month at Yoga Sunday. Oh, my Lord, that's me sometimes. We're going to get it. All right, now let's prepare for the next one. Let's go. Inhale. And exhale, press up into downward facing dog. Good deal, yes. Good, take a deep breath. Exhale, blow it all out. Step, jump, or float to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Hands to heart center, exhale. And release the hands to the floor. Now we're going for another root pose. This is tree pose. Tree pose is going to be our foundational pose of working through our chakra energy. Chakra meaning wheel, the wheels of life, the 7 centers of your energy space. So we're going to plant our feet firmly. Lean on the left foot a little more. Put your weight on your left foot. Take that right toe and point it at a 90-degree angle and bring the heel of that right foot just into the space of the arch of your foot right below your ankle. Good. Lift it up and rest that heel against that ankle. That is first position of tree. That is enough. That is more than enough. If you need to, you can lift that foot if you'd like to and place it on your shin. You could place it on your knee. You could place it on the inside of your thigh, or you could place it in half lotus position. Whichever one is going to be comfortable for you. Go ahead and find that position of stillness and then go into tree. Find an object in the room that is not moving and look at it. That will give you the balance space for tree. And when you are ready, you can place your hands at heart center and just breathe a few deep breaths. Few deep breaths here. If you'd like, you can open up the branches of the tree. Without moving your fixed gaze, you can move to one side, stretch those branches to one side. You can move to another side. Come back to center. Hands to heart center. Inhale. Exhale. Drop that leg or that foot. Excellent. That's our root position. Let's go to the other side. Lean that energy toward the right side. Go ahead and get that stability in that right foot. Plant it into the ground. Plant it, man. Plant your foot into the ground, man. Plant your foot. When you plant your footy. Plant the footy on the right hand side. Oh God, I am off the chain today. Plant the footy on the right hand side. So we do that. Itago bun, Itago bun. Give me the music. Give me the yoga. Let me jump and bounce. Let's go to the left. Left foot pointed at a 90-degree angle. We're bringing it back in now. We've gotten the giggle energy out. Bring that foot into the position that you'd like to bring it into. My left knee is still on its wonderful comeback, so my position is going to be a lower position today. We're going to square our hips toward the front of the room or the front of the mat. Place your hands at heart center with an open chest and breathe deeply so that we can get the other side in tree position. Breathing deeply in and out. Now spreading those branches up toward the sky. If you're comfortable, breathing the entire time slowly in and out. Turning to one side. You all are the tree masters. Y'all are ready for Lord of the Rings or something. Y'all are doing it. Living trees. Then coming back to center. Hands at heart center. Release the hands to the side and release that leg and go ahead and shake it all out. Great. Heard a phenomenal story about trees and the network that they have under the ground. It's like an entire computer network around the world, and these trees are actually talking to each other. So when you ground yourself in this space, you're grounding yourself with all creation. And we're all grounding ourselves and each other today. So let's ground ourselves with a Sun B warm up that's going to lead us into the sacral chakra. So from this space, let's absorb the color. We've absorbed the color red in the root chakra. We breathe it in. So now we're going to receive this color of orange in the space. And from this space of orange, we're going to take a deep breath. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, we take a big inhale. Exhale, step just the right foot forward. Inhale up into warrior one on the right side. Go ahead and sit in warrior one. We're going to sit and concentrate on getting the full expression of the pose. So make sure that your front leg, the kneecap is directly over the ankle. Even if you have a shortened stance, it's a great stance. You might need to widen your stance. You might need to shorten your stance. But we want that ankle to be directly under that kneecap for stability. And we want that back foot to be turned at a 45-degree angle so that it's not facing the side or the back of the mat or toward the front of the room, but it's splitting the difference, and you're pressing down into the floor with that back leg. Everything is active. You're lifting that kneecap on that thigh, on that back leg. Good. Now you're lifting that navel up and in, back towards your spine, engaging the core. This is one big pose exercise too. Opening the heart, lifting those fingers, reaching toward the sky, looking up gently toward the ceiling, inhaling and exhaling. Good. Taking another deep inhale, sending those thumbs toward the back of the room. And let's chaturanga. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath here. Exhale, blow it all out. Step the left leg forward. Same thing on the opposite side. Inhale up into warrior one on the left side. On this side, on this left side, make the same corrections. Check in with your kneecap. Make sure that your kneecap is directly over your ankle. And make sure that that back foot is driving into the mat on the blade side. The outside part is driving into the mat. Good. Widen the stance a little bit if you need to get a little bit, elongate the stance a little bit so you can get a little deeper lunge in if you can. Straighten that back leg, get that kneecap lifted. Awesome. Now that you've got it, remember what it feels like. Take a deep inhale, send those thumbs toward the back of the room, stretching that chest. Vinyasa, exhale, forward fold. Low plank, take it to low plank, right. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Big inhale here. Exhale, blow it all out. Step the right foot forward. Inhale up. Warrior one on the right side. Exhale, drop that front hand toward the front. Open that back hand toward the back. That's warrior two on the right side. Open that chest. Look out just above your middle finger. Good. Inhale. Exhale, turn to the side of the mat. Spread your legs. Come to the center of the mat. Point your toes toward the front edges of the mat, the front corners of the mat. We're going to point the toes in that direction so that the toes are not lined up along the edges. Your feet are not parallel with the edges of the mat, but they are pointing outward toward the corners. Nice. Spread those legs the same distance as you were in warrior two, and then simply drop down into goddess pose. You can place your hands on your knees. You can place your hands at your heart center, or you can place your hands open. in the resting mudra position. That's a goddess pose. Take a deep breath in here. This is stimulating your sacral chakra. This is the energy of creativity. It is the energy of reproduction. We are making sure that you are constantly feeling this energy in your body, and this energy is there. If you'd like a little bit more of a challenge, if you're advanced yogi, come up on your tippy toes. Two more deep breaths here. If you need to go to the wall, go to the wall. Get the wall support. That's what you can do in this position as well. It's going to help you tremendously. Good. From this position, straighten the arms again. Turn back toward the front of the room. Bend that front knee. Great. Back to the warrior two position. Inhale up, back to warrior one. And vinyasa. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale, blow it all out. Step your left foot forward. Same thing on the opposite side. Inhale up into warrior one. Exhale down to warrior two. Inhale, turn to the side. Exhale, drop down into goddess position. Wherever your goddess position is, you find it. Feel that orange energy in that space that is right around your reproductive organs and just below your navel. Same as before, if you need to come up, you can come up on your tippy toes. Moving yourself, pushing yourself to this expressive point. Good. We're really feeling this energy now being stimulated, this orange energy of light that is coming in. Good. On an inhale, come up. An exhale, go back into warrior two on the opposite side. Inhale, pivot back to warrior one toward the front. Vinyasa. Take it to the floor. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Big inhale here. Big exhale. Drop down to all fours. Tabletop position. Advanced yogis, you can skip through your hands. You can fold your legs and skip through your hands. Everybody else, just come to a seated position by bringing your knees forward and just sitting on your bottom. Awesome. You were going to try to shoot through. Yeah, that was good. Hey, some of you got to shoot through. If my knee, yeah, that's how you think. Usually, if my left knee wasn't, I would completely go for the shoot through. Because the shoot through can be fun. It's more of a balance thing than it is even a strength thing. So it's that trick. It's like with crow. It's one of those things. So from the seated position, we're going to sit upright. Bend your knees and place your feet on the mat flat in front of you. Yes. Now we want you to reach back behind you with your hands. Put your fingertips on the mat and continue to lean back until you find a sweet spot on your sit bones, where you can then raise your feet off the floor. And if you need a strap, raise your hand, or a towel. We got you covered on that. You can use a strap. You can use a paper towel. You can use a plastic water bottle and a paper towel roll. Only kids will probably get that. If you use a strap, place it at the balls of your feet, the bottoms of your feet, and then fall back into the boat position. Your boat position can be simply bending your knees and holding your thighs. Your boat position can be straightening your legs and flexing your toes and holding your hands to the side of your legs, because that's also a part of that boat position. Lean back and hold it. And again, we're not crunching, so do not relax your shoulders toward the front of the room. Keep your back straight. You can feel this energy now in the solar plexus, and that's chakra number 3. That energy is yellow. Feel that yellow come into the room. Good. Now we're going to accentuate this with a little bit of work today, because we want to do a little bit of work. So straighten the legs all the way out. Drop yourself back toward the mat. Lower those feet. All right. And then come back up into position. There we go. Let's do it again. Yeah, come on up. We're going to do it kind of like a modified crunch. So lower your shoulders toward the floor, toward your feet toward the front, and then come back up. Don't go all the way down. It'll be hard. All right, let's go. Expand, contract, straighten those legs. There, now come back up. Yes. And let's do it again. Down and up. Down and up. Dr. Fields used to do this and say, the Rent song. This is how I know that Rent song. 5,000, but at the sun is 600 minutes. All right, do one more crunch. Come back up to that position. Exhale and release it all the way to the floor. Take yourself 3 breaths in Shavasana as requested. You should feel that solar plexus energy coming. That's that willpower. That's that core right there. That core energy is going to be stimulated. That core energy is going to be ignited. So I want you to make sure that you feel that now. And if you're feeling a little tightness in it, that's a good thing too, because that means that you put a little work in. Good. All right. From that, come to a seated position, upright. Go ahead and turn around and come back to all fours. All right. From a stable position of all fours. From a stable position of all fours. Lift your hands off the mat and come to a space where your shoulders are up aligned over your hips and your knees. Excellent. We're going to go into the heart position, which is the camel position. This is going to be the heart energy. So we're going to green. Thank you, Kai. Awesome. In this green space, go ahead and place your hands at your waist, your thumbs near your lower back, and go ahead and focus on bringing the inside of your elbows together. And the more you bring the inside of your elbows together in that space, the more your chest is going to open. The more you're going to actually press your hips and your pelvis forward, even as you are upright. From that position, you can lower the back of your head toward the floor, lifting the crown toward the ceiling. That is enough for camel. And if I hear, I heard something on me, and then I heard something else in the room. I don't know where it came from, but okay, I was just making sure. I heard something. I said, that's me too. But then I heard something else. That's going to open you up. If you are able, and if you are ready, and if you are practicing on that space, you can lower your hands behind you to a block on either side. Or if you can lower your hands to the top of your ankles or the top of your feet, you can do that too. Or you can lower them to your bottoms of your feet or your ankles. And there is the heart pose. The heart energy is now streaming from your chest out into the world. And you are breathing. Find the space of stillness, and you are breathing in and out. Emanating that love heart energy. Accepting it as you are receiving it. That is that camel pose in yoga tradition. Let's see if we can get 2 more deep breaths in camel pose, y'all. Y'all are doing great. Deep inhale. Exhale to come out of the pose. Come all the way up. Doing great. Good. Now let's come back around on the mat to a seated position, lying all the way back. Once you are lying flat on your back, we want you to bring your feet in towards your buttocks, bending your knees, planting them there. We got options here. Option 1, legs up against the wall. So if you got your legs up against the wall, you're just going to bring your feet together. Let me have your feet, Sister Alicia. Bring your legs up against the wall. That's going to be option one. Legs against the wall, you're getting the same benefit of the pose. Go ahead and go back down. Option two is going to be bridge, which is where we're going to be. Bridge position. We're going to press those feet into the floor, press those palms into the floor, and we're going to lift our hips toward the ceiling as if I put a hook in your navel and lifted it up. That's going to be bridge position. You can rest a block or a pillow under the lower part of your back at the top of your buttocks to support you in supported bridge position. This is a bridge position wherever you get. Once you get into the bridge position or legs against the wall, do not turn your head from side to side. So don't check for yourself because your spine must be stable in this position. We don't want you to injure yourself. That is the position. The final position is a shoulder stand. So if you have a shoulder stand in you, you can go into a shoulder stand as well. Those of you who know shoulder stand, that is also a throat chakra position. You can roll yourself into shoulder stand by rocking back and forth and then lifting your feet toward the ceiling and supporting yourself with your hands at your lower back. Come on up, lower back even more. Bring your elbows in, good. Press higher up on your back. Keep pressing higher up on your back and straight. There we go. That shoulder stand position. That is a solid shoulder stand. That is a solid bridge. Let's breathe into these positions right now. The throat chakra is the energy that we're manifesting now. I want you to think about that wonderful healing blue color. Think about the need that we all have to express ourselves. Think about the healing energy that's coming from expressing ourselves in the vibratory space of our vocal cords. All of that is the throat chakra. Open your space so that you can allow yourself to speak your truth this week. That is the energy of the throat chakra. Keep the same hip position. There we go. More straight. There we go. There's the challenge. That's in there. One big inhale. Express the poses even more. And then exhale, release to the floor. All right. We're almost there, you all. Now we open the space of the third eye. So from that reclined position, come to a seated position, cross your legs in front of you. Come to our easy pose. Placing our hands at heart center. This is the mudra or hand position of gratitude and thanksgiving. It is called Anjali. And from this place, go ahead and place those hands there at your center. And I want you to focus your energy to the center of your forehead at midbrain. Literally breathe in this wonderful purplish color of light. We want you to breathe it in deeply and allow your eyes to close. And sit in this stillness, literally inhaling and exhaling through the nose, but inhaling the energy, the light energy through that third eye portal. Focusing on that wheel that is spinning there. Focusing on the access point with divine spirit. Recognizing in this space of the third eye, this space of the pineal gland, this is the space that transcends human consciousness. It is the tap-in point. It's where we receive instruction. It's where we receive direction. It's where we receive clarity and clarification. We open it now through the breath. We embrace the gift of stillness. We embrace the recognition of the breath, that each breath that comes in gets a little deeper, and each exhale that goes out gets a little more full. This is space to sit in. We're sitting in this position. You can sit, if there's discomfort around the hips, sit on a block or sit on a brick to elevate yourself a little more. That's what I do when I'm on a block. And focusing the energy on that third eye, center of your forehead, midbrain. When you see it depicted in ancient times, whether that is in Mesopotamia, whether it is in Egypt or Kemet, you see the headdresses that have the cobra and the vulture's head coming out of the center of the headdress that represents the upper and the lower kingdom, the southern kingdom, the northern kingdom, but it also represents the energy of what they call the serpentine fire. The Ra energy, the Kundalini energy, the energy of the third eye. The vulture and the serpent representing Uajet and Nekhebet, the goddess energies of tapping into that spiritual realm. So this is ancient. So we invite you in this moment to spend time in the stillness, feeling the energy of your third eye opening. This is the real meaning of the scripture, we walk by faith and not by sight. When we tune out our physical eyes, we open our insight eye to our intuition, to our space of knowing, to our space of namaste, where the divine in us can recognize the divine in others and appreciate it thusly. This is our awareness, this is our individual intuition. This is our space of knowing, and we acknowledge it in the stillness of yoga. Big inhale. Exhale and release. Blink the eyes open. Let the hands come to the side. And now we've reached the seventh position, which is the final position for today, Shavasana. Go ahead and lie back. During Shavasana, this is the space of rest. It's also the space of active understanding of what the crown chakra is. That crown chakra is the top of the head. It is the energy that comes from without. It is the energy that comes from our perception of without. We know that God is always within, but there is that higher force that is connected to the universe. And when we get into the space of Shavasana, we acknowledge it. So go ahead and breathe in the space today. Congratulate yourself for making it here and being present. And imagine the sense of sage, the sense of copal moving through the atmosphere as I smudge the room in here for those present. You can turn your lights down as Daniel will turn up some of the music so you can hear a little bit at home. Make sure it's not peaking too much, D. Yeah. Keep it nice nice and easy. I am healthy. I am whole. I receive my inspiration directly from divine source. I am restored. I am safe. I am strong. I receive the energy of the grounding that comes from being one with the roots of the earth. I accept and commit to the energy of the sacral, understanding that I birth great things into this reality, that I am a natural born creator. I understand that I have the willpower, the solar energy, the intestinal fortitude to be strong, to walk with confidence and to shine. I embrace the energy of the heart, the green light of sustenance that reminds me that no heart beats like mine. And with every single beat, I pour into this world what was poured into me. The gift of life, the grand central station of the flow, it is here within me. I speak my truth from a full-throated space, understanding that there ain't no voice like mine, so I'm going to use it. I see beyond the physical. And because of that, I operate from a spiritual space, and I embrace the instruction that comes from around and above, aligning me, letting me know that all is indeed well. All my needs are met. And so it is. As you're enjoying the feeling now of completion, take a couple of more deep breaths in that Shavasana position. Then go ahead and roll to one side. Just awaken yourself and lie in that fetal position on one side there and just kind of feel that love on yourself. I didn't give too long of Shavasana. When people get in Shavasana and I start hearing that divine sound of rest, the sawing of the hogs. I hear the and I have participated in that myself. So that's fine. When you do this practice, do it. Do it at night, do it in the morning. Get you some snoozing in that relaxed position and watch how you feel when you wake up. From that nurturing position of love, go ahead and press yourself up to a seated position. As we come back into the space of consciousness here. Good. From that space of consciousness, go ahead and place your hands at heart center. We recognize in this space of alignment that this body is ready to go, this mind is ready to go, this spirit is ready to go, and as such, we have aligned ourselves for success in this year of attainment. I thank you all for being here and practicing. The divine in me recognizes the divine in you. And we say together, namaste. Namaste. All right, y'all. Excellent. Excellent all the way around. Yes. So as we get back into the space, as we come back, we invite you here. We've got a couple of announcements. Did y'all have a good practice? Did everybody have a good practice? All right, good, good, good. That's where we are. We're getting it in order. We're getting one step at a time. Wherever you are, here and abroad, we're doing it. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. Listen, we got a couple of quick announcements that we're going to put up on the board here as we get ready to close service today that I want to remind people of. The first thing is we have new members orientation. If y'all could take the graphic off so they could get to the slide, Daniel or Kai. Thanks. Remove the title so we can get to the slide there. Yeah, take it back. Yeah, there we go. Awesome. If you want, new orientation starts today at 1. We got 1 to 2 with orientation. Please register so we can send you the Zoom link. If you're in person, that's great. But if you're on Zoom, make sure that you, or if you're going to join us virtually, make sure that you scan the orientation slide right here. Visit tiny URL /sign up infinity That will put you on the roll so we can send you the Zoom link and we'll be ready to start that. Number 2 is next Sunday is our anniversary, y'all. 8 years. Sunday potluck. So please bring a guest out to Infinity. It is our homecoming. We are in person. We are also online next week. But bring a meal. If you are at home or online, we're going to invite you to invite friends to your house and have a potluck there too. We're going to send out information wherever you are. So Texas and Belgium and Alabama and Georgia and North Carolina, everywhere you come in from, we're going to invite you to do the same and to have a great time with us wherever you are for Infinity Fellowship. With that, with all hearts and minds being clear, we're going to thank everybody for joining us today, and thank you at home for joining us today. And thank you for joining us in person today, y'all. We showed up, and that's what's important. We showed up and we made it through. That's how it is. That's yoga. All right, so this is Rev Jeff, the entire Infinity Fellowship family, and we are speaking in this moment. Everybody take a deep breath. Exhale, let it go. We know that our prayer has come out in our bodies today, but we speak that the love of God, the wisdom of the ancestors, the infinite and abundant power of the universe rest, rule, and abide with you henceforth, now, and forever. Let's all say the words together and put them up on the screen. Amen. Amen. Hotep. Shalom. Namaste. Ashe. All right, we'll see you guys same time next week. Wherever we are, we love you, and that's a fact you cannot change. We'll see the rest of you new members at 1 o'clock. See you soon. Peace and blessings and power.